Hi guys, and welcome back to another weekly vlog. This week, what am I gonna do? Yeah, so I'm still working on those 3 dolls, so if you haven't already seen. One is the pastel unicorn that I need to start adding all of the polyfill to, so I'm gonna do some felting today. I don't think it'll take too long to do the body, because it is a small doll and it's not really a very chunky doll either, so I'll see how much I can get done this week, and hopefully I could have this little one up in my shop in the next like week or two, in the next fortnight. Like this one, yeah, so it's going to be white. If you haven't already seen, it's going to be white, and I want to do like rainbow, like pastel-y rainbow like mane and tail. So I would like to do it kind of longish. So I've got some fiber, I've got various different types of fiber, so I'll play around with that and see. Some of the fiber is here, and this was like an old wig that I made that I'm just experimenting with, but this is like a soy fiber, and I'm not too sure, I've used it a few times, but it's like a soy fiber and it's pretty shiny. It needs a bit of a comb and stuff, but I might use some of that. So basically I'll probably do a Patreon video on like the process of getting this prepared to put into the doll. But the problem with this soy fiber is sometimes you can pull it apart a little bit, and it sort of breaks away. But I'll just have a play around and see if I'll be happy with it or not, and then if not, I have some like alpaca fiber as well. I've got some curly stuff. I've got heaps of things, so I will just play around with it and see what it looks like. So if you can imagine like a pastel-y color, I guess. I'd like to do it kind of long, and yeah, so it needs a little bit of treatment and color and stuff, but I'll have a play around with that. So that's the soy fiber. Didn't really work too much with the soy fiber in other things because of that reason. It sort of pulls apart, but yeah, in shorter lengths it's not bad, because it's harder to pull away from that, from the length, but once you get longer you can sort of start pulling it away a little bit easier. What else? So the next one is the cat commission. So what I'll do this week as well is try and sculpt majority of the paw pads, or the feet I should say. So the face is done, I baked it so it's nice and hard, and I also added the armature in, so it's going to be on the 1/8 scale, and all of my pliers for this size like sold out really quickly. Someone, I don't know, people in the States somehow found them in my shop, and like they sold out really quickly. I only had 4 left, and then they just sold out really quickly. So that's like the only size that I don't have anymore, because buying from the company you have to spend like a certain amount to get the wholesale, and I'm just not going to spend that much for supplies. So once I get low on everything else, I'll do another order from the wholesaler. So these are the pliers that I'm talking about. This is the 1/8 scale, so it fits on this size. And yeah, so you basically need these pliers to be able to pop the segments off, otherwise it's just it's too difficult to work with. But yeah, so these are the pliers. I still have plenty of the other 2 sizes though. So that is the 1/4 scale, so that's the middle scale, which is this size. So you can work with this size. This is good for dolls that are a bit heavier, and need a little bit more support. So this panda is the red panda is going to have this size because it's got quite a large sort of head that needs the support of the bigger one, whereas both the unicorn and the cat are smaller, so they don't need that support. It can support itself with this size. So yeah, I have plenty of these sizes left, and also the 3/8 size as well, which is a little bit bigger again. And it's a bit bigger, so that's the 1/4, and this is the, come on, yeah, so that's the 1/4, and this is the 3/8. So you can see it's just a bit bigger. It's good for larger dolls, like really large dolls. I've used this one quite a few times on like large things. Trying to think of which ones. Things that are really heavy. So I've done a large pandas for the Calgary Zoo, which had quite large heads because they wanted it to scale for the month age. So I used this one because it needed that more support, and yeah, so good for large dolls, these ones. But yeah, like I said, I have plenty of these ones, 1/4 scale and 3/8 scale left in my shop, just not the 1/8 scale, because they sold out really quickly for some reason, even though they've been sitting in my shop for a long time. And armature wise, I don't have any more of these segments. I had requests for these segments, like 30 centimeter segments, but I don't have any more of them. I've only got rolls. So I've got half-sized rolls and full-sized rolls. So they're the only ones I have. So and I'm not looking at restocking until I need to do a large order. So if you want to grab some of these armatures, I only have the rolls left, and I don't have many of them either. So just check out what I've got. I've got plenty of other sizes, but it seems like the 1/8 scale are the more popular ones, which I just don't have a lot of stock of that one. So, and I don't have any pliers anymore. But yeah, if you want pre-made ones, just shoot me a message as well, and I can, I've got the pliers, so I can pre-make something for you as well. And so that's my little armature update. Update on the red panda. So same deal with the cat. I've sort of pretty much finished the head. So I've done the jaw, the movable jaw. Once I put the doll together and I put the fabric here, it'll be a little bit more restricted. I don't want it to open a lot because they don't have mouths that open super huge, and it just looks a bit weird. So it's going to be a little bit more restrictive once I put the doll together and this is all covered. I will do the ears as well, posable. So yeah, I mean the mouth looks really cute, and that'll look more sort of transparent once, more covered once I add once I start finishing everything off and I start adding, I might even put a piece of material there just to make it smaller. I'll just see how it looks once I put it all together. Yeah, like I said, I did the 1/4 scale armature for this one, so it's going to be kind of a biggish doll, I guess. Kind of a biggish doll, which seems to turn out big because of when I do the movable jaws. I make them a little bit bigger. And yeah, kind of can't wait to put this one together and see what it all looks like. So I'll probably get, I still need to sculpt the paws for the panda, so I'll probably do some more sculpting again this week to, what's it called? To finish these two, well, to finish the sculpting parts, or the parts of these two dolls. And then I can start putting them together, so I will have a new doll in my shop. And then I can start planning the next doll. So I'll do another poll. I'll do another poll for the next one over on my Patreon and see what everyone picks. I think What was the last one between? I can't remember the other animal that it was between. I think it was a leopard seal. But yeah, I'll pick some different ones and yeah, see what everyone votes on, and then I'll do an Instagram one as well for the top 2 and see what everyone else picks. But yeah, so that's kind of the plan for this week. So a little bit going on, but yeah, kind of seems all fun. So some different animals coming up, and yeah, well, I'll probably leave it there and I'll start doing some work. I'm putting my socks on. I'll start doing some work on these animals and see how much I can get done. Hopefully it won't take too long to do the felting on the unicorn, because I'd like to have that decadent series go up in my shop soon. But yeah, so everything that I'll put up in my Patreon first, so all of my patrons have early access to anything that I put in my shop first. So head over there if you want to nab something before I put it in my public shop. So basically it'll be the unicorn or the red panda that will be going up very soon, or the unicorn series. So yeah, but in the meantime, yeah, I'll start working on other things. I'm gonna end the vlog here. I did a couple of things this week. I mainly worked on doing the paws for the cat commission. So I'll give you a little look at, well, I'll just show you one of them. So basically I just sculpted little feet like so, and did the toe beans. So the actual cat had like little sort of blotches, black blotches on the little pads. So I'm going to do that once everything's put together. I'll add those little blotches in. So pretty much the cat is ready to be put together. So I'm going to do some painting just in like the areas that are going to show first. And yeah, then I can start putting it together. So it shouldn't be too far off. I think the fur is going to take a little bit of time just because of the patterning of it. And it's a black and white, and it's got like a little white area here and like various other distinctive spots, I should say. So yeah, that's exciting to start putting it all together. So I'll probably this week just try and work on that, so I can get majority of the work done on the cat, so I can sort of get started on the tiger commission that I've got, because I know the tigers take quite a long time to do. So yeah, I'll probably need a bit of time for that, and just getting the face shape right on the tigers take a lot of time, because they've got like a distinct face shape and like just the way the nose sits and everything. So I'll spend a bit of time on that once the cat commission is sort of coming to the end. What else? Also the unicorn. So I did a bit of felting on the unicorn while I was waiting for those feet to bake. So I wanted the body to be kind of a pretty slender little body, but once I add the faux fur or the faux fur skin, I might just make this bit a little bit bigger here, just so it's got a little bit more definition here. But I wanted it to be a slender little unicorn, because it's not supposed to look like a horse per se, rather than just like a cross between like a donkey and a horse and a goat. So yeah, this is pretty much ready for the skin, but I'm sort of just playing around with some hair. I just wanted to see what it would look like if it would dye it like a really tiny bit, if I just did some acrylic paint over it and then washed it out, but it just completely washed out. So I might have to use some fabric dye and let that sit for a while and then wash it out, because I can't be bothered using hair dye. It's such a pain. And yeah, so I wanted to do pastel colours, so pastel purple, pink, blue and yellow, those colours. And they were only going to be for the mane and the tail, so I wanted to use a nice merino wool, which is wavy. It dries naturally wavy. So I'll just have to do a little bit more experimenting with that. But yeah, this time I'll probably just do fabric dye this time, because that's what I have. I only really want like a subtle colour. I don't want it full-blown colour. Yeah, I just wanted it like a subtle, because the unicorn's going to be white anyway. So I just kind of wanted a hint of colour, not full-blown pastel colours. And lastly, just some, or it's probably not going to really matter to show you the head of the red panda, but as I was making those what do you call it, paws for the cat commission, I'm going to try a little bit of a different technique this time with the feet, because red panda feet are kind of a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not actually going to do a polymer clay foot. I mean, it might change. It's easier to fix if I'm not happy with the result. But basically what I did was sculpt a whole bunch of little claws, and what I'm going to do is stick that in the paw pad. So the paw pad, what I'm going to do is do it completely out of faux fur, but I'm going to try and pack it really tight with polyfill so it's quite solid, and just see how that turns out, and just sort of fabric sculpt the little separate, like the toes, and then I'm going to put in the little claws that I've made from the polymer clay for the claws. So I've got a whole little container full of them, so I can play around with that. I think it'll work out okay. So just trying something a little different, but I'll probably go into more detail about this panda doll on my Patreon, just because there's a whole lot of different techniques. So one of them, I'm just going to talk about the jaw that I've done over on my Patreon. I still need to film it. So I'll just have a little talk about, you know, how I did the jaw, and just show a bit more detail on there. And then yeah, I might talk about the feet as well, just because it's something different that I'm doing. I haven't done this before in any of my dolls. I've always had a solid like a solid foot for them. So yeah, I'll give that a try. That's pretty much it. I did pack a doll that just sold. It's the Blood Wolf. That one sold over the weekend, so that was getting a lot of like little favorites and stuff, so soz. Snooze you lose. But I will definitely make another wolf doll, another resin wolf doll. I'm thinking a blue one this time. I haven't really 100% decided yet, but the resin dolls are definitely cheaper than my polymer clay ones because they're obviously resin, and I have a mold for them. So the polymer clay ones obviously use more material and more time, and there's just a lot more detail in them. So that's why the price is different for my resin ones. But yeah, that is pretty much it. So I reckon I'm going to try and have that unicorn collection up soon. And that comes with those pieces, decadent pieces that I did as well. Because this unicorn is based off decadent stuff, so it's going to be nice, cute and pastel-y. And yeah, so that's the kind of plan. So all my stuff that is going to be put in my shop will be available on my Patreon earlier than in my public shop. So all my patrons will have first access to anything that I am going to put in my shop. And yeah, you can also get a 10% discount for my $10 and up tiers as well. And yeah, so that is kind of what I did this week. Not a huge amount of work, but just little fiddly things that I got done. And yeah, sort of on track to finish a couple of dolls soon. And yeah, so I'll probably leave it there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that stuff, comment. It helps push my videos out. And yeah, you can also check me out on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook at Creatures of Nat, and my shop at creaturesofnat.com. And yeah, thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Yeah, lots of perks over there, so check it out if you're interested in a little more. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.